is doubt. I like to call that your struggle self. Okay. In the internal self-mastery work that we do, we identify the selves that have these personalities. So self-doubt is a personality. Okay. It's in the struggling selves category as opposed to your success selves. We'll get into that, or your identity of success. So is doubt, is your struggle self keeping you like on the ground floor, like holding you back? Or is it like, or are you in then your identity of success, skyrocketing through those invisible barriers, ceilings, all of those things? Is your doubt self, or your self-doubt, or imposter self, whatever labels, okay? I get nobody loves labels because there's this weird subconscious thing where like we don't want to identify with a negative label. We don't want to be like, no, that's not me. Self-doubt. I don't have that. Imposters, I don't have that. No, that's totally not me. Fear, what? No, absolutely not. Right? We have this negative, like we don't want to say that that's something that we have. And rightfully so, right? You don't want to associate something negative with you. It's a human condition, totally natural. And awareness, bringing awareness to something, and then bringing acceptance, which is self-love, which is step 2. Awareness is always step 1. You got to be able to be like, okay, I might be a little afraid. I might be having a little self-doubt. Then don't judge yourself for it. Move into phase 2, acceptance. Give yourself a little compassion for it. Be like, okay, maybe I do. If I did, what would that be like? What would that be saying? How would that be like for me? How could I then shift it, right? Start asking how questions as opposed to why do I have this, or why don't I have this, right? Or denial. That's the worst. So if we're just keeping it real and keeping it open and clear, do you have any self-doubt? If you do, that is your struggle self. Totally transformatable. Wow, I'm really on it with like this super technical terms that I don't even know are real terms. They are today, okay? Super transformable, meaning everything can change easily, effortlessly. So if you have self-doubt, if you want to identify with saying, yes, okay, I have self-doubt, to then move into compassion, no judgment. As your struggle self, is it keeping you on the ground floor? Is that version of you have that internal dialogue that's just like, no, we probably shouldn't do that. That's not a good idea. Self-sabotage behavior and thoughts come up every time, okay? Full transparency. I will always admit, every time I set a new goal, every time I set a new, like, oh, let's do this, a new idea comes up and then I start planning it. Fucking Becky, okay? No offense to any Beckys. My inner Becky, okay? She is the struggle self. She is fucking bitch Becky, okay? Love her. And she really just wants to stay the same. She wants to stay in the comfort zone. She's so very opinionated. I love her for being so opinionated. She has many strengths. Just on the day when you need to have all the motivation and momentum to like go after your goals, when there's so many things in your face to keep you in fear, like Becky needs to sit the fuck down on those days. With love, thank you, Becky. Okay. But I would be always the first one to be like, she always shows up. She's always the first to the party. Whenever they're setting a new goal, she's the first to the party. No joke. She's like, are you sure? You sure you really want to do that? Okay. You have your own Becky. I don't know who she is. Name her, love her. This is not a villainizing of the selves. Okay. They're parts of you. You got to love them. And you have to lovingly ask them to sit down sometimes. Okay. So is Becky trying to keep you on the floor? Is she trying to keep you, like, is she the first to the party that shows up with like, when you're trying to go after your goals? Have a little chit chat with Becky. Okay. 5. This is when personal branding comes in. How are you positioned online? How are you positioned online? I'm not talking about the curated fake bullshit, right? We have so many people that actually like overly exaggerate their success of what they're doing that's not authentic. It kind of takes away from it, like it has a negative connotation. Let's just call it out, okay? It has this negative connotation. So if that was Becky having that conversation about like, oh my God, don't be seen like that online. Like, those people are full of shit. There are some people, always. Okay. It's never one exact equation, but how you are positioning yourself online, because everybody is online. Again, everybody has a personal brand, but are you developing a profitable personal brand? So how are you seen online? How are you positioning yourself online? Are you positioned as your identity of success, right? What is their name? Are you positioned as your identity of success? They're over here. Becky's over here. Are you positioned? Struggle self is over here. Are you positioning yourself to be seen as your identity of success? Whatever that is for you, you have to be able to define that, right? Where you come across as being abundant, authentically, or are you in lack? Because however we are inside, whatever we feel inside, again, it goes back to that intimacy that we have to be able to, into me, I see, into you, you have to be able to see within yourself. If that's a conversation that's happening, whatever level, you could be starting and having a lack conversation, or you could be, hey, I want to get to the next level and there's still a gap. You could have already reached 6 figures and now you want to get past that. There's still that gap. It's always an opportunity for Becky to come in and be like, we're in lack mentality and you need to get over it and reposition yourself in a new way so that then you are more aligned with your identity of success. Okay? Ask yourself those questions and see what comes up for you.